So good evening, Navindu. Today we are going to put actually the one of the skills that we practiced in our couple of early sessions, that is academic summarizing, and we are going to put that into a real academic writing summarizing work, right? So we'll begin with something very simple, and that simple exercise will be leading later into something really authentic and challenging. Are you ready, Navindu?
Yes, sir.
Okay, perfect. Give me a second to share my screen with you. What can you see on screen, Buddha?
Yes, sir, I can see.
Right. So summarizing is one of the top rated skills that what we have to master when it comes to your undergraduate work and of course for your work in the university, because we are going to highly relying on texts in the sense books, journal articles, book chapters, and so on. And from those texts, we have to take things, particularly, we do not really have time to read through each and every word and, of course, read through the entire length of the text, but still, we are supposed to get notes and, go ahead with taking the gist of a text. For that, today I'm going to testify you a very strong strategy in the sense very short, sweet, but strong and effective strategy. So what we are going to do you think summarizing is just, what do you think, Navindu? Is summarizing relevant to reading, or is it relevant to more on writing, or is it relevant to listening or speaking? Out of the four skills, where do you think summarizing is directly connected or rather closely connected to? Is it reading or is it listening? Is it speaking or is it writing?
Uh, Speaking?
Well, so you guess it's speaking. So let's explore to which particular skill is going to be really closer, right? So look at my second slide. I wish you can read it, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay. So what does it say? Quite simple. Summarizing is a powerful reading strategy. We thought that summarizing is a writing exercise because, often we are supposed to read a text and then do a write-up. But to be frank, to be precise, and, to be truthful, summarizing is not a writing strategy. It's not, as you say, a listening or speaking strategy. It's going to be a powerful reading strategy. You know why? While we're doing a sort of a summary, what we are doing is quite simply capturing the very sensitive, content relevant lines of the text. And we are going to spot them and we are going to trace them and we are going to separate them from the bigger text and we are going to get them as powerful remembering facts. So summarizing is a powerful reading strategy. Why? When you're doing summarizing, what happens is it actually gives you a greater deal of comprehension. Comprehension means you just start to understand, interact with the text that you're reading. Well, let's look at. This is not going to be a big deal. Do you know when you summarize, what you do is quite simply you restate the most important information of a text. Now, the text gives lots of information, out of which you actually grasp the main points. You actually grasp the significant gist. Again, a cream maker will be picking up the cream and we are taking the essence and we restate. Do you know what is restating? Now, is there any idea what is restating? I'm referring to restate, the blue colored text on your screen. It's as simple as ABC because when you say state, what is it? And what is restate? What is state?
State something.
Yeah, Buddha, go ahead. I missed it. I couldn't hear you, Pute. Can you articulate it again, please?
Restate something again, correcting like that.
Yeah. You're getting it quite rightly. When you tell something, we call it you state it or state. Restate means you tell it in another way. When you say something in the first instance, but when you restate, it is not the same thing that you told in the first place. The meaning is same, but not in the same form. So you're going to tell it again in a different way. That is what we call restate. So when you read through a text and when you understand it and when you restate, you see that you are reading, you are grasping it, you engage your thinking process, and you restate. As you have correctly said, it's a way of speaking back. After grasping something from a text, we speak it back. And the way we speak could be different. It could be simply telling, or it could be simply writing. Even though it is writing, we are dealing with actually a speech act. Why? We dealt with the text, we engaged with the text, අපි කියවනවා, කියවලා තේරුම් ගන්නවා, මොළය ඔයාට එය නැවත කියනවා. මෙන්න මේ නැවත කීම නිසා ඔයා ඒ කියලා ඇති දේ, ඒ කියලා තියෙන දේ අලුත් විදිහකට ලියනවා. එහෙම නැත්නම් ඔයාගේ ෆෝම් එකෙන් ලියනවා. මෙන්න මේ restate කියන stage එක නිසා we consider summarizing as a wonderful and very much of a mind engaged academic activity which gives you a way of understanding complex text. Okay. So one thing that we have to be mindful here is we read it, we restate it, and there is one last word. And we are dealing with it with your own words. So you see, when you convert something in an original text, original book, original chapter into your own words, you actually do lots of things. Lots of things in the sense you do engage your mind a lot. And of course, you make your version of what is given in the text. This way, we actually engage with text, and with that, we become capable of understanding the text. Okay, let's move on to the next slide. Summary, as I told earlier, is not a writing alone. It can be oral summary, which means you read it and your mind tells this is it and you tell it back, right? Or else you can actually dramatically act it out, or rather you can say something very dramatically. Or else you can draw a simple artistic visual or rather diagram or something out of the whole big text. So a summary is not always writing, right? Maybe Navindu might be able to reflect now when you learn certain things in your advanced level. I'm sure that you not only write things, you draw things. You happen to actually make dots connected from one to the other, and you happen to have some diagrams. So any of these forms can be a summary. So summary should not be understood as simply as just a writing act coming out from reading. Did you get my point, Navindu?
Yes.
Do you have any experiences now, Idu, in your A-level studies that you read something written in text words, but you convert that into your own version which you understand in any pictorial or picture form, any diagram form, or rather any what we call illustration form? Do you have any experiences of such?
Yes.
Can you tell one of such thing?
I okay, I faced aptitude test in architecture in
Hmm.
Motor Energy.
Yeah.
Uh, there were some they gave us some phrase, and we have to uh, make art or diagram like
Out
that.
of it. Right,
Yes.
right. So how was the test? Did you do it great?
Yes.
Did you get your results? Not yet.
Not, but my Z score is low than the architecture.
Is it? So what you're planning these days, are you trying any other degree or any other pathway? What is your point right now? Situation right now?
I am waiting for both rounds, and
Uh-huh.
I applied the KDU.
KDU as well.
Yes.
Mhm. What stream in KDU did you apply for, Fatah? What subject?
The computer science. Sir,
Computer science.
computer
Okay.
science. Yes.
Putha, now, if you are applying for a KDU, what is the cost like, the degree? Just for the knowledge, did they reveal you?
1.8 million.
1.5 million. Right, right, right.
Yeah, sorry, 1.8 million for computer science.
Uh,
Uh, yes.
yeah. So, did you make any attempt to try any of the BIT courses in Colombo or Moratuwa? BIT?
Um, I think it uh, closed the applications now.
Is
I
it?
can apply for the
Oh my
next year.
God. Mm-hmm. So, so you're waiting for the board rounds. What is the GPA like, Buddha?
My set is 0.7.
0.7. And you did you try the what do you call NDT program of University of Colorado as well?
Not yet.
I think they'll be advertising so soon. Try that as well because it's not
Yes.
it is not a degree, but still you can
Yeah.
make sure that you drive towards a degree pathway with it.
Yes. That's fourth year. I can do it in another university from another university to get
Yeah.
the degree. I think
Yes.
after the NDT.
Yeah. You just have to do a little top up, just 1 semester or 2 semesters top up, and you can convert it
Yes.
into a B engineering. Well,
Yes.
okay. Thank you for the update, Navedu, and I wish you good luck with your attempts for the board rounds and for the other rounds. Like, did you make any attempt to redo the exam this time? No, you didn't.
What?
Are you making in the meantime an effort to resit the examination A levels?
No. No.
No. Yes, there is no purpose as you're trying. If the university rounds are not going to work, then you're trying. what you call NDT and other rounds like KDU, yes. Yeah, that will be a good way of
Yes.
investing. Well, okay. So, summarizing, we are coming back to the lesson. Summarizing is just a three-way process. There are three steps. Can you see the three bullet points? It's about keeping, and it's about deleting, and it's about paraphrasing. Why do I call this summarizing is so simple? Because in a text, there is a lot that we can delete or rather forget. And there is a very little bit, let me say the gist or essence, which you have to keep, right? So summarizing is a whole process of detecting what is to keep, what is to delete. And when you decide these are the things that I'm going to keep, then you put that into your words. That's what we call paraphrasing. So it's a simple process. So let's see how we are going to do it. It's a three-step process: keep, delete, and paraphrase. And we are going to look at each of the steps. So the first thing is, what are we going to keep? What are we going to keep in a text? Now imagine there is a text. And from that text, you are going to get a summary. And to get the summary, you decide what are you going to keep. In your present practice, or then karna vidiyata how you detect or rather how you decide what information from the main text you are going to keep. How you do that?
Sorry?
Now, you must be doing bit of summary, right? Aren't you?
Yes.
So when you're doing summary as at now, how you decide out of the big text, a text is very big, it has many
Yeah.
words and sentences and
Yeah.
passages, paragraphs. How do you decide what information you are going to keep in the summary?
The important information.
Well, so you know what to keep. Yes, I agree with you. So what we have to keep is important information. That's agreeable. But how you detect which information is relevant and main and major, and which information is not relevant and not so necessary in a
The main
summary?
idea of the
Very
uh,
good. Very good. You are picking. Yeah. You know the art. A paragraph stands for one main idea, and another paragraph means another main idea. So in one paragraph, you know that there is one main idea. This is something we explored. Okay. How do you detect this main idea? But if you go back to what we taught you, what strategies do you use to detect the main idea? Can you remember we were talking about something called thesis statement in an essay, and then topic sentences in an essay. Can you remember?
yes.
So what is a thesis statement, which is coming in the introductory paragraph? It tells what this essay or what this text or rather what this whole book or whatever it is about. So in a thesis statement, we detect the whole text is going to be within that particular map. So those are things that we can keep. And then all these thesis statements are connected in the body paragraphs using topic sentence. I'm sure you can remember. So if you trace the topic sentence of each paragraph, that gives you a sign what is the main point of that paragraph. And if you keep the thesis statement and then topic sentences of each paragraph, that way you decide what to keep, because those are the things that we're going to keep, and those are the things that we often see in academic text, the main ideas. I'm sure that you knew that Is it clear now, the strategy?
Yes, sir.
Right. We'll move on. So what do we delete? Now I am giving some hints about, when you keep things, keeping and deleting, though we take as two things, they are the same thing. When you decide on keeping certain thing, you delete the rest, right? So when you're deleting, what details that you can delete? It is better for us to know what we can delete and what we can keep. So in any paragraph that we read in an academic text, there is a main point coming in. And to support the main idea, there comes supporting details. That's how an essay is organized. I'm sure you can remember we discussed all these things. And we can actually, in a summary, forget the supporting details, right? And what else? What else? Supporting details. What are supporting details usually? You will see examples on a particular thing. Maybe you see the writer is taking point by point elaboration on, say, for example, uh, if you're talking about thermodynamics, are you familiar with the topic thermodynamics, Navidu? Or rather, shall I go for another topic?
Can you explain that?
Yeah. Okay. Now, when to delete and what to delete in a paragraph. Yes, when you read the paragraph, the main idea comes, and when the main idea is stated, then comes the supporting details. Supporting the main idea, there comes examples, explanations, perhaps some facts taken to prove the main idea. So you can simply forget those things, because when you grasp the main idea, you don't need to give a weight to the other details, supporting details. That's how we detect on what is to keep. So that is the step of deleting. Let's move to the next. Then paraphrasing. Actually, paraphrasing is the most difficult thing in summary writing. You know why? Paraphrasing is using your own words. And there where, when you decide in this paragraph, I'm going to take this main idea as my uh, keeping item, and I'm going to delete the rest. So now it is your turn to get your mind involved, your brain involved, and your thinking involved to put what you decided to keep into your own words. There where the comprehension happens, right? So we are trying this with a simple little example, right? How do you guess? Just one more thing. When you go on summary, maybe that the text that you are given to summarize could be something very familiar to you, right? And you may have a better idea about the particular topic than what is given in the text. So say, for example, that you know about a particular subject and you are very familiar with it, but the very text given to you is talking about the subject, but not as great as you know. right? ඔයා දන්න තරම් ඒ දේ කතා කරන්නේ නැහැ. නමුත් ඒක ඔයා දන්න විෂයක් ගැන. දැන් මට කියන්නකෝ ඔයා ඒ විෂය ගැන දන්නා අනිත් කොටස් ඔයාගේ සාරාංශයට එකතු කළ හැකිද?
No.
ඇයි පුතේ එකතු කරන්න බැරි?
අපි අර ඒගොල්ලෝ දෙන පැරග්‍රාෆ් එකෙන් ගන්න ඕනේ සර්.
Perfect. We are summarizing the given paragraph and we are not going to go for another idea. So there is no room for opinions, judgments, or anything that you know. You cannot add them into your summary. You have to simply take what is given in the text. So that is one of the top popular sayings. Rick Wormeli says, the author's arguments and details, they are not the place for personal opinions or judgments. Here the author is the one who are summarizing. If you are summarizing someone else's writing, now your summary is authored by you. So that for your arguments, your opinions, your judgments, there is no room because you are summarizing someone else's article. You got it correctly. Let's uh, let's look at what length should a summary be. What do you think is the best length for a summary, Putha? If you are putting it into words, simply text, paragraphs, and sentences, what is the best length, as you can see?
About 50 or 100 words.
Well, the best form is, Buddha, if imagine that you are converting it to a diagram. Say, for example, you are going to read a whole chapter about electromagnetics, right? And you are going to put the whole idea into just one simple diagram. And there you see very little text, right? This text limit, how long should a summary be, is just not a hard and tough rule. It could be any length, but it cannot be lengthier than the original. That is the simple idea. So it can be 1/4, 25%. Sometimes very big paragraphs could be simply summarized into just one sentence, or rather, 1/10 of the bigger portion. So there is no hard and tough rule that your summary should be 100 words, 150 words, or 1/10 out of the bigger. There is no such a rule. What you have to do is, if you put and restate the main idea in the text, then that is the word length. Okay. Now imagine you have done a summary, right? The original paragraph is 1,000 words and you summarize it into, let's say the bigger paragraph is 100 words and you summarize it into 40 words, right? So 40 words means 40%. Now what you have to do? This is the step. If you feel like your summary is more than 1/4 or rather 25%, you have to do once again out of the 25% that you thought is the summary, you have to still cut down things and you have to reduce it to many, much more a littler version, right? You have to do the process again. You have to keep and delete and paraphrasing again with the more than 1/4 bigger summary you created. එතකොට summary process එක කියලා කියන්නේ පුතේ ලොකු එක ගත්තා ඒක අරගෙන summary එක ලිව්වට පස්සේ 100ට ඒක 125ට වඩා වැඩි නම් ඔයා දැන් ආපහු original text එකට යන්න ඕන නැහැ. ඔයාගේ 125ට වැඩි text summary එක දැන් අඩු කරන්න උත්සාහ කරන්න. මේක තමයි process එක. Well, let's paraphrasing තමයි අර අපි කියපු අමාරුම වැඩේ. But we have tried some of the paraphrasing strategies. I'm sure Navidu can remember, or else if you have referred to the recordings, you must have remembered. Well, Navidu, now we are going to look at the next slide where we are going to deal with something authentic. We are going to do a paraphrasing a try, right? අපි paraphrase එකක් try කරන්න හදන්නේ, right? Well, ඒ කියන්නේ summary එකේ අන්තිම step. Here is the text. දැන් පුතේ ඔයා මේ text එක කියවන්න. ඔයාගේ short notes ගන්න. මේක AI වලට feed කරන්න එපා. ඔයා manually මේ තියෙන පුංචි text එකෙන් summary එක විදියට ගන්නෙ මොනවද? තියාගන්නේ මොනවද? අයින් කරන්නේ මොනවද කියලා ඉස්සෙල්ලා determine කරන්න. දෙවනුව තියාගන්නවයි කියලා හිතපු දේ what you decided to keep, you can put that little bit into your own paraphrase, right? On your own words and restate. Well, deal with it. This is a very small paragraph, but you need to engage actively. Now it is 8:11. If you can finish it by 8:20, perfect. Time counts on. Go ahead. Deal with this summary and then I'll come back to discuss it. Are you ready, Buddha? Give me a thumbs up if you're ready and start doing it.
Yeah, is this paragraph beginning from bareheaded word?
Yeah, just imagine this is a split paragraph. Bareheaded,
Okay.
bareheaded can be ignored if you like, right? Start from where it can be understood. Are you ready, Buddha?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. Take your pen and pencil and work on it. And once you're done, drop your paraphrase to the chat. Your time is counting. I'll stop speaking as early as you are done. Post it to the chat. Hello, Navidu. I wish you are there. I'm a little late. Pardon me. Yes. So what you kept? The helmet that was used by players began from the leather caps. Then helmets made by plastic and masks appeared later. Today, helmets are tough, spongy skull, and their designers studied woodpecker for the models. Okay. Are you there?
Yes, sir. I'm.
Right. Now, for me, how many words have you got in your summary? Let me see how many words. It has 34 words. Okay. It has 34 words. How many words are there in the original? Let us see. After many injuries, players began to use plain leather caps. Plastic helmets, masks
Around
appeared.
42.
Yeah. So if it is around 42, if your summary is around 30, is it a summary, Buddha? It's
No.
no. What you did was just a paraphrase. You simply put that into your own words. Now, to make it a summary, you have to reduce its facts. So, out of the things that you choose, what were they? Helmet used by players began from the leather caps. Now, just look at this whole thing. Let's read it me. After many injuries, players began to use plain leather caps. Plastic helmets and masks appeared later. Now, what is the story if you look at these two sentences? Earlier players were getting injuries, right? Then there came leather caps and plastic helmets. Okay. Injuries, leather caps, helmets. Those are the three key terms. Okay. Still, many players were getting hurt. To make helmets better, oh my God, even with helmets, they get injuries. To get helmets better, designers studied woodpeckers. So, helmet designing, they started woodpeckers. Their tough spongy skull became the
Yes.
model
Can I cut
for. Yes, Puta?
that? Can we cut these two sentences?
You mean the last?
Yes, still many players were getting hurt, and to make helmets better, designers studies woodpeckers.
But if you simply cut that last paragraph sentence to make helmets better, design studies woodpecker's skull, I think you are missing the main idea. Because in this whole paragraph, the main idea is football helmets are made with woodpecker model, or rather were made taking woodpecker skull as the design idea. So if you were to lose woodpecker and the skull and helmets, I think you're going to miss the idea. So you have to
Yes.
grasp the main idea. In this case, there is no thesis statement. There is no topic sentence, but you are just reading the paragraph and trying to pick up the main idea. Now you have a better idea about what is the main idea. Can you do summarize what you have summarized? ඔයාගේ summary එක දැන් තව චුට්ටක් summary කරන්න පුතේ. Take 2 minutes and summarize it further and bring that main idea to the surface. ඔය දැන් අපි කතා කරපු main idea එක surface එකට ගන්න with those things in mind. Will you, Navidu?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
I'll do.
okay. Take 1 to 2 minutes and do it and pause me back. Great, Namidu. We'll see what it is. Earlier players get injuries and helmets are used for them. Today, designers studied woodpeckers' sponge skulls for modern football helmets. Okay, okay. That's a good piece of writing. You detected the main ideas, but let me help you. You can put that back into just one sentence summary, right? I'll guide you how. Now, why do we wear helmets? To avoid any injury, okay? Helmets, to make them optimally or rather very efficiently used, it has a wonderful design. And that design is extracted from woodpecker's cut. Those are the three ideas. How can you put the three ideas together? Right? You don't need to say earlier days it was injuring and helmets are worn to reduce injuries and all that. You can put them all in one sentence. How? When you say safety helmets, it tells that it is to help them safe from injuries. Okay. Safety what helmets? Safety football helmets. Okay. So that tells a lot. Okay. And it has a design inspired by woodpeckers. So how do you put that into one single sentence? Modern safety football helmets for their efficiency are designed from woodpecker's skull. Or else you can say woodpecker's skull is the design basis of modern day safety helmets in football. You see? Do you agree with me? Or rather, do you have a different version? Can you think of that new version? One sentence version of the summary. Navidu, try
Yes,
it.
sir.
You said yes to agree with me, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now try and put, you don't need to write, try and put the whole idea in one sentence. So, you have to get the main key terms together. Safety football helmets, then woodpecker skull design. Those are the three things that you have to put together. Try either to articulate it in voice or rather, okay, try it right and send it here. Just in one sentence, please. I'm doing this, urging you once and again to convince you what a summary is, and you're going to deal with it in the right moment, in the right point, and you're going to practice it. That's why. Don't take me as a headache, right? Please. Hope you are dealing with it, right? Thank you. Modern safety football helmets are tough and their design is inspired by woodpecker as well. Quite simple, amazing. I should give it a heart mark because it's really, really wonderful. It's really wonderful. Now, Navindu, realize that though we use many explanations in a text, many or rather so much of words to explain something, in most of the STEM texts and in most of the academic writings, Buddha, they bring just a little idea, simple, not simple, a very basic one idea in a paragraph. And if you can put them in your own words, that's where you win. And when you're done with your summary, what happens is you fully comprehend the whole paragraph you read. Did you sense it right now? What එක තේරුණාද මේක කරද්දී?
Yes, sir.
So you see tough, spongy, skull, woodpecker, leather caps, plastic helmets, unnecessary detail, but they are given there to help the reader understand it. But a smart reader like you go and grasp the main idea like you did in your summary. Okay. We did it. See, this is one of the summaries suggested here. Now, this is once again a lengthy one. During football's early days, many injuries occurred due to little or no head. Improved football helmets were designed using woodpecker skull as, okay. These are the things that you have to highlight in your summary. Football was with no protection, injuries occurred. Protections were modeled after woodpecker skull. And you did it, so I'm not going to look at it further. Well, I'm now going to teach you some of the strategies that help you detect summary from a text. Now, Navidu, when you're reading a STEM text, you come across lots of things like, some of them are text features. Say, for example, when you read certain STEM text, you see some words are made bold, some are made italics, some are given within brackets, and some are given as titles, some are given as subtitles, right? Some, which has no any highlighting like bold or italicized or topics or bullets, but still you know how to read and detect a topic sentence, right? So these things are actually clear signals of what are the main features. What are they? If there is anything bold or italics in any paragraph, remember that they are going to be given, they are given there with special attention because they are really important, right? And the other thing is, through vocabulary, you can guess. And we know how to guess it through topic sentences. And if you cannot find the summary of something, you can do this third bullet point strategy. What is it? You can go for reporter's notes. Reporter's note is, imagine that you read it and you are supposed to report it to someone else. ඔයාලට කියලා කාට හරි වාර්තා කරන්න නියමිතයි. එතකොට වාර්තා කරන්න ඕන මූලික ප්‍රශ්න ටිකකට උත්තර තියෙනවා. Just look at who, what, where, when, why, and how. Who, what, where, when. They are simply WH questions. Just ask the WH questions. Who, what, where, when, why, how. And once you get the idea for those questions, not all the questions are answered in every sentence, but if you get more answers for who, what, where, when, why, who, how, and why, then that tells you grasp the summary. Well, and I'm not going to simply look at the rest of the things, but in summary writing activities, Putha, keep in mind that often you have, in STEM text, you have topics, subtopics, and topic sentences as key supporters to get the main idea of it. Do you like to do a big exercise from this, or do you like now to go and do the advanced reading quiz? How do you like, Navedu? Because my part is all about summary, and now you know and do practice with me how to do a summary carefully. And now you can do and complete the quiz assigned for you today. Shall I share the screen to see what the quiz is?
Okay, sir. We do
Well,
this twice.
well, Navid, we don't need to do it like live today as we did last time. Navid attended the last time's quiz, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Right. Now in the new section, you see reading methodically. Now, Putha, I'll stop sessions right now and I will give you time till 10 o'clock today. In between 8:45 to 10 o'clock, please complete this quiz. This is going to be, in this also you will see a big summary activity because it's one of the key aspects that we test in your what we call degree level studies. Would that be all right, Putha? Will the time be enough till 10 o'clock for you to complete it? Or do you need more time?
Okay.
Shall I keep it available till tomorrow morning?
Okay.
Right, Navidu. So did you get a better understanding of how to do a summary and how to do it effectively?
Yes.
Well, practice those skills in this quiz, and with that, you'll be able to master it properly. Thank you for the joining for today. Since you and me alone were there, we could finish things quite early. So with that, let me end my live session right here, and you can go and do the quiz. Good night, Navidu.
Good night, sir. Thank you.
Good night. Thank you.